Number 15. Ah, bloody hell. Well, it's the 15th, so.
You know, it's today's one. That's today's
Yeah, well, I had them when I got home. Christmas tree.
Who are you playing for? So this is my local homelessness prevention.
So what you're about to see is me reacting to FNAF Dark Remains. Now, FNAF the Musical Dark Remains Deep Dive. Let's go. Random encounters. When is it coming
Alright, so we've
out?
got Anna, and we've got David, and we've got Ash, and we've got Casey, and Benby. Benby's in here too.
I'm here too.
Benby, this is your thing, so you can be as much in charge as you want to be, or you can take a break if you want.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to like leave it up to you. I know it's a lot of like you're behind the scenes, and I don't know much about it besides what I was involved with. So I'll kind of let you lead the way, and if you need me to do anything technical wise, I'm on it.
I do want to stress right now that Benby is in the upcoming FNAF musical.
Oh!
So, maybe I wasn't supposed to say that out loud.
It's up to you.
That's... Okay. Wasn't sure if I just spoiled something or not, but every one of these people is in the FNAF musical universe and is specifically going to appear in the upcoming episode. So I just think that's really cool. I want to make sure that even though the film that we're kind of doing a fundraiser here for is Benby's film, it's their thing, their script, their actors. I'll probably help behind the scenes a little bit. Benby was also really good about coming in acting on screen for the FNAF musical, which I thought was awesome.
I feel like we should take just one hot second here and clarify that we are Random Encounters, and that you might have known us for FNAF the Musical, which was done with Markiplier and Nate Wants to Battle and Matt Pat from Game Theory, and then
Charlie Green, and then Adriana.
Yes, which is the section we're currently talking about. We started a secondary story that is actually a prequel to all the stuff we did with Matt and Nate and Mark. And so we're getting ready to wrap up that story this year, and we're very excited about it.
Say this year.
I did say this year. We're done the next 12 months is what I meant.
Really quick, can we go around starting with Anna? We'll do Anna, David, Ash, and Casey. Just tell us about your character in the FNAF musical.
The new one or the one that we just did?
Well, are you playing the same character?
Get the email so I don't know.
You didn't get the email?
You're playing the same character, so it's fine.
I found out at the same time I did. Cool, I'm playing the same character.
I sent one with the script for you, but maybe I sent it to a bad address.
I understand that might be confusing based off the ending of the one that you filmed for us previously. I'll give you a little advanced spoiler, and everyone else as well. You have a little bit of a flashback for your character coming up. So
we haven't even said who our character is.
No.
All right, so Anna, can you tell us the name of your character?
Yes, so her name is Alexandra Benedict, or Eggs as the last name.
Oh, that's right, Eggs.
Eggs.
Benedict.
Yes.
Got bitten in the.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Eggs is a real character in the FNAF musical, and Anna plays. But do you wear a costume? What do you look like when you're Eggs?
A security guard. So my hair's in a bun right now, but it's blonde. I used to have blue hair, and I used to have red hair, and I used to have pink hair. And so it's very blonde on the ends, but I'm kind of a dirty blonde naturally. But it's security guard. I've been wearing green contacts for anybody who's been paying really, really close attention. The green contacts, trying to stay a little closer to the video game, kind of recreating that character. I'm wearing some old uniform clothes. I used to work for a police department for animal control. So I'm wearing my boots and my pants, and we stuck a big mag light in one of the pockets. So wearing that kind of stuff, and it's fun.
So
That isn't the Random Encounters way, asking people to show up in their old work uniforms.
I brought it up. I said, hey, like, I know Cutie Guard, let me bring out, I have these really cool pants. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
sweet. So perfect. So
It worked super
it
well.
looked great.
Made our job really easy. Yeah.
So some of the FNAF fans right now might be losing their minds, being like, "But Eggs Benedict doesn't show up in the games. Like, who are you even talking about?" And so we modeled our version of Eggs, which Anna plays, after Vanessa in Security Breach, because we thought Anna looks kind of like Vanessa. Maybe that's a link we can draw. And our version of Eggs is an actual security guard. And I think we find out at the end of Monster in Your Head, which is Anna's episode, that Vanessa is the middle name of Eggs Benedict. So it's Alexandra Vanessa
If you look
Benedict.
at the paperwork really closely, it's in there. We lost Bendy.
I assume Benby's taking a
Benby
break.
just took a little break.
Yeah, which they deserve. They've been streaming like all day. They're going to be streaming all night too. David.
Your answer is complicated, I'm sure, but do you want to talk about your character?
Well, yeah, my answer is complicated because technically I play 2 characters, and at least one of those characters is shared by another performer in the cast. So
Details.
Yeah. Well, throughout the first FNAF musicals, and then in this one, I'm reprising my role. I am the voice of Foxy. Don't ask me to do the voice right now because my voice is shot.
It'll be so low right now. Like,
No, it does feel low. This is lower. I mean, I was saying earlier, I tested the fact that when I went to go work on some of the musical with them just recently, my voice was shot even then. Like, I just come out of a section of work where I do a lot of talking, so that happens. So I play Foxy, but I also play the voice of the phone guy. But it's complicated because obviously, if you've seen the FNAF musicals, that role.
If you hear intermission, they did.
Yeah, if you were here for the intermission. So that character is played physically and without the bear mask on by MatPat. But when the mask is on, that's my voice. It just, in order to keep consistency, because I played the phone guy in the first few nights, and anytime they need the phone guy, it's my voice. But whenever the bear mask is on, then it's me. So I've often joked that MatPat is David Prowse and I am James Earl Jones. So
That's a good example.
so I'm reprising both those roles in this series.
Awesome. Okay. Moving on to Ash. Ash, who do you play?
I play Vanny.
Vanny?
Really, you'd be surprised. I am too.
wouldn't be. I wrote it.
Yeah, but I
so
play.
good though.
Thank you.
F off, Jacob.
She's everybody's favorite or least favorite creepy glitchy bunny that is not the other one that may have glitch in their name. Can you tell I've never streamed?
You're doing a great job.
You're doing great.
I was just thinking, it's interesting because your character and Anna's, and honestly Casey's as well, aren't actually in the original series we did with Mark and Nate and MatPat. So they haven't gotten, some of the people here today haven't gotten to see what you look like as Vanny. First of all, can you give them where they could go to see some pictures, or other than watching the video?
Yeah, absolutely. I am at fairyfloss.cosplay on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I have a whole mini series of brief building of my Vanny costume. If you're interested in seeing that, I see frequently a lot of comments asking me hey, how did you make Vanny? Hey, do you have any tips for her? I have a whole lot of videos on my TikTok that are showing a brief synopsis of the process of making her.
Cool. Awesome. All right, and then let's end here with Casey. Casey, who do you play?
I'm just the voice of Glitchtrap. I think there's been a few bodies in the suit, and I have not been one of them, at least yet. I guess maybe there's still time.
You should be thankful. He's not that much fun to wear.
Can you tell who has been wearing him?
Yes.
Yeah, I've overlooked.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can I shout out Gwen real quick for being a real trooper, having to be the one who performs as Glitch Trap. I saw firsthand how difficult that was, and Gwen deserves all the credit in the world for having to be the one who dons it and just carries on.
The best part is that
it's great.
I know that like it's going to end up looking good as soon as Casey's voice is on it. So it's like just do the best you can. Casey will make it shine. So
Casey is already. Oh,
I was just gonna say, yeah, my part's super easy. I show up at AJ's house for a few hours, drink 2 to 3 bottles of water, and then I'm done.
Lots of Mountain Dew at AJ's house for sure. Every time I go to the grocery store and I see new flavors.
The best part is that somewhere in all of the behind the scenes footage, technically I say all of Glitch Trap's lines. So technically there is a version of what it would be like if somehow I was voicing Glitch Trap, and I promise you it would turn into a comedy.
No, I want to hear this now. Can we actually do this? Can we do this right now in front of people? I'm trying to think of what's a good line he says.
Do you want to do the
Here's a hammer, I suppose.
Yeah, that was just what I was just thinking of.
Good hammer and a couple nails, you can build an empire.
Are you asking me to do it?
Yeah, you do it.
I'm pretty sure the way I did this on set was like, fear is a hammer. Oh, with a set of nails and a good something other, you can build an empire. It's terrible. It's absolutely awful.
And then Casey thinks it's good, so. Alright, and then if Casey does, fear is like a hammer. With a good hammer and a couple nails, you can build an empire. What's Casey's recording sound like?
Fear is like a hammer. And then what was the rest of it? See, this is exactly what happens on set too. I'm like,
with a good hammer and a couple nails, you can build an empire.
A good hammer and a couple nails, you can build an empire.
Yeah. See, yeah.
Almost
elevates it really quickly.
Almost as good.
Obviously, we put some like digital filters on to make him sound more mechanical and computerized and stuff. But, okay, so speaking of the script, now that we've kind of Gwen, you play one other character.
I do.
Sorry.
I body Glitch Trap, but I also am our new Circus Baby. So I've gotten to redo Circus Baby's song, Blood and Tears. We did a remix of it, and I got to play Circus Baby for that. And now I get to come in and finish out this chapter of the story as our favorite demented clown girl.
Yes. Of all the demented clown girls, that one's my favorite. I'm technically, and I play Purple Guy, and I'm also
Bunny, or at least the voice of him. He's technically my hand plays him, but.
Okay, so now that we've talked about our parts, I want to compare notes. Let's see. So everybody but Anna, including Bendy, everyone but Anna can answer the next question. How difficult or easy did you find it acting in this so far? We'll start with Bendy. Why not?
Okay. I found it to be really enjoyable. I don't know if it was a bias of I grew up with the FNAF musical or not, but every single person that was there on set and helping out was just so kind and sweet. And I think the only bad part about the experience was the fact that the building we were shooting in was 115 degrees. For context, it was in Missouri, and it was during the intense heat wave we had this summer, and it was like 120 outside, and the building had no air conditioning. So
that's the random encounters way.
That's the way, yeah. So it was really fun. Getting to work the puppets was really fun. I did all of Foxy for while they were on set, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was really fun to see like the process behind it. I felt really bad for Gwen, who was in the baby costume like all of the second day.
Air conditioning kicked on for the second day though.
It did.
It was technically better.
It was still hot, but you had all that makeup on, and it was just like.
I did. I will say I filmed as Baby again just like a couple weeks ago, and was in an air-conditioned building in November, whatever it was, and I was like, this is better.
You're like, oh wow, this is actually tolerable. No, but it was a really fun time. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was a really cool experience.
Awesome. David, easier or harder? Because you've been on set before.
I don't know. This is hard to say because it's been a few years since the last time I was actually there with the puppets. A little, I would say almost a little harder because we had to do a lot of puppet rounds. And the thing is, on the previous shoots of this, I was mostly just Foxy. I was mostly just puppeting Matt. But this time around, I was pulling double duty. I think I did every puppet at least once at various intervals. I think maybe Chico was the only one I didn't get to puppeteer much, but every other puppet. Yeah. So, and you know, we worked on it over the course of a couple days. It was a lot of fun. I would say it was a little trickier than the other one, but then again, it was, you know, different location, different set of puppets. It was fun though, getting to sit in there and work on some innovations, and we often, like, one thing I can appreciate about these shoots is sometimes when a problem presents itself, we'll all kind of brainstorm a way out of it. I know AJ and I had a moment where there was a thing where, like, what do we do here? And then we started, like, coming up with solutions. Like, yeah, and it was a very yes and very collaborative, always has been, with these guys, which is why I like working with them so much. So, yeah, I was actually, and then, you know, for everything in between, I think it was just a good time overall. So,
okay, so tricky but fun.
Yeah, tricky but fun.
All right, I accept that. We're doing our job if that's the answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
Ash, you've been on set. You've been on set with us a couple times as Vanny now. So how did they compare the first time versus the second time?
I think definitely the second time was a little bit more difficult. Obviously, absolutely still so enjoyable, so much fun to do. And, like, see all the hard work you guys put into the sets, but I think second time was definitely harder because this time I have speaking lines.
Hey.
So it was a little difficult to, on the spot, remember my lines and then act it out a little bit more, because last time I got to just, like, you know, like, waddle around, like, smack some tape on a table. It was far more simple last time.
So Vanny has speaking role this time.
Yes, I don't know if I was allowed to say that, hopefully.
Oh, no.
You're allowed.
I was going to preface this, I forgot to, so before we get to Casey, I just have to say, we haven't really talked, me and the cast here, about what is or isn't on the table or okay to, like, spoil. And I'm just going to leave it that way. I don't think we should, like, lock anything necessarily down. But I do want to just stress that they're all actors. They're very good at lying. So, I'm not here to control what they say, but I can't swear that you can trust everything they say today either.
Oh. Interesting. So this is permission for you guys to lie.
That's true. You guys can make up things.
Let's go.
I won't spoil your secret.
Clever.
Casey, was this more difficult to voice Glitch Trap this time than last time, or where's that stand?
It was slightly easier. It just took us a while to get back into the character because it had been a while. It had been a couple of years. So AJ's a really good director. If you haven't worked with him yet, look at him, so sheepish. But AJ's a really good director, and he's really good at. A good director won't tell you exactly. He won't, like, whenever you're voice acting, he won't tell you exactly how to say it. He'll give you cues of different emotions or different, you know, flavors that he wants you to take a spin on. And so, you know, we usually what happens, we'll record, you know, the first page, then we'll keep going. I'll get locked in, and then we go back and record the first page again, just in case, because it takes me a while to warm up sometimes. But he gets me there because he's a great director. And a great friend.
Oh, gosh. Now you see why I invite these guys. If I invite some of the other people, say I'm terrible. That's
they'll keep inviting us back to do more.
So. Okay, so let's get a question that everybody can answer. Unfortunately, I already know Anna's answer on this too. I wanted to know how much of the script have you seen, and is it the same as what the other people have seen, you think?
I haven't seen it because I didn't get the email, but I will see it later. So I would assume, I'm making assumptions, it's the same as everybody else's, but it'd be.
Check your email right now. Do you have access to your Yahoo email?
I do.
See if it went to spam. Because you and I joked about having you read it in front of people and just gauge your reactions. That's put you two on the spot.
No, that's fine. I'll look. You guys keep talking while I look in my email.
Okay.
David, how much have you seen?
Just gauge your reactions. That's put you two on the spot.
No, that's fine. I'll look. You guys keep talking while I look in my email.
Okay.
David, how much have you seen?
I've seen about 14 pages.
Do you think
about
it's the
it.
same 14 pages as other actors?
I don't think so, actually.
Is it because I'm asking this question?
Maybe. I think. Oh, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Casey has seen the same 14 pages, just based on what I can gauge.
Yeah.
Okay. Casey, do you think you've seen about 14 pages?
I think I've seen more than 14 pages.
I was gonna say, I think he's seen at least those pages. That's the only other comparison. I'm not sure about anyone else.
Some extra.
Well, whenever AJ sent me the script, I was like, oh, Glitch Trap has a lot more going on this time, because it was like pages and pages and pages of just Glitch Trap, and he's like, oh, this is only a small fraction of what I've written. And I was like, oh, hey.
Oh, it's so
More
sad.
like an evil villain, please.
It was
This
just,
is a
it was just non-stop action. Non-stop action. I was like, wow, AJ, this is like a action-packed script. He's like, oh no, this is just your parts. Don't get too excited. I was like, all right.
Ash, how much of the script have you seen?
I think I saw 13 pages, maybe?
Is it like same pages that you think David saw?
No.
Is it because you don't think Vanny is in some of the scenes with David's characters?
I think so, probably.
Okay.
I think usually when I'm on screen, I'm usually only with like one other, maybe two other characters.
Interesting. Great answer.
Benby, how much have you seen?
Everyone's coming out here with numbers, and I don't remember a single thing. I don't remember how many I've seen. I don't think I doubt anyone else has, or at least I've seen things that other people have. Based on what we filmed, I don't think that it was the same at all to the other
AJ,
people.
I just looked it up. I just looked mine up. I have 30 pages.
30? Ooh, my.
Wow.
I feel like mine might have been around like 7 to 10.
Okay. Have any of you questioned whether or not you're getting fake scenes? Is there any concern that you're getting material that's not real?
I just read it.
How many pages do you have, Anna? 2? 3? 3. Yeah, my eyesight's not that good.
And so that's why I was able to read it so quickly.
Sure. Do you think any of these guys have the same 3 pages as you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
She's like,
AJ's playing mind games with us right now.
Which characters are here?
So nobody's concerned that they got fake material. Everybody's pretty sure that this is really going to be.
I think I may have.
I think mine was real.
Can I ask, at everyone else's pages that they got, has anyone else here filmed with y'all yet?
Everyone but Anna has filmed with us.
Okay. Then why would they be?
I've only recorded half my lines so far, though. So
it's true. You have only
I don't know
half
if
them.
they're half real.
I could see mine being fake. Again, based on the content, I can see it being fake.
Are you thinking of like that one particular section that I'm thinking of?
I'm thinking of the one particular section you're thinking of. And I still I still have the thing from it. The big thing. It's still in.
Yeah.
It's still there. And every time I see it, I just laugh a little bit. Now I'm like questioning everything. Like,
right?
Did we film a real thing, or is it? Did that happen, or did I hallucinate everything with a heat stroke? Like what happened?
Oh man, some of it felt like a hallucination.
Right. So has anyone sang, or has something in their script implying that they're going to sing for this musical? Oh, interesting. Okay. So about half of us. I didn't raise her hand.
Oh, sorry. I did a duet that I am very excited to have on the internet.
Is anyone been hurt who's been on set so far?
Real hurt or
real or fake? Gosh,
I won't disclose which.
Not for this video, but the last one I did with Ash. I was under the table looking for something, and I lifted up and hit my head on the table.
You did. That's right.
I did.
David, you raised your hand.
Yeah, it took a second because I was like, no, and then I remembered the incident with the my pants getting ripped.
That's right.
Yeah.
A wardrobe malfunction.
There was a wardrobe malfunction. I was lucky because it was just the pants, just the back of my pants. There's a nice little, teeny tiny little hole where, right there, and I'm like, it's not that noticeable. It'll be fine.
I stand by. If you need us to reimburse you for a new pair of pants,
It's fine. It's fine. No, it's okay. I'm wearing them right now.
oh, score! That's
Yeah.
another souvenir.
They have a story. They have a story attached to them, so I've got to wear them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ash, without spoiling too much, I'm actually surprised. I don't think I've seen your hand go up.
I kind of put it up. I was like,
Uncomfortable at points.
a little, yeah.
Okay. Sore, maybe? Aches and pains?
I may or may not have whacked my arm on set on a desk.
Okay, did you leave a mark from any of that? Did you leave a mark from any, like black and blue bruises or anything?
Oh no, thankfully. I think I was not clean.
Okay. So, everybody's read the script, or their parts of the script. Was there anything that you read in the script that surprised you? And do you want to, tease any detail about why?
Nothing that surprised me per se, just knowing how the FNAF musicals are, and I mean that in a positive way.
Terrible. Poorly written.
No, we get carte blanche. We can do whatever we want.
But there were a few things that... There were a few decisions that were made that weren't necessarily in the script, but that we decided on set that I was like, oh, that's fun, and whoa. There was also the things in the script that I feel like this part really shouldn't be spoiled, so I don't want to get too detailed with it, but involving all of the puppets and a mop.
Yes, the mop
was a
That's good.
very funny thing to read and film and act for. Especially the person.
I'm looking forward to reactions.
Yeah, the person that did the most in helping with that role. Very funny to me.
I'm always amused by the fact that was when I read the script, that was one of the scenes that I was like, oh, I'm so excited to film that. And then it was literally the first thing that we filmed out of anything. And I was like, oh, the best part's over.
I hope not. Only Benby was here for that. The rest of them are like, why did you invite me out to film?
They're like, should I even do this now?
Yeah, I heard the best part is already done. Casey, anything surprise you from the script?
No surprises. I think what I was intrigued by was, I don't know if this is, I'm not going to say anything about what it actually is, but it may or may not be the finale, but it seems like, the last few pages of my script, things get pretty intense, which doesn't surprise me, but it seems like it's going to be really ambitious. And I haven't really been a part of the on-set production this time around, so I'm very curious about how it's gone or how it's going to go. We haven't filmed it yet.
That is the one that I have definitely filmed, put the most roadblocks up to be like, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. That's not safe. We can't do this either. Come on, guys, we have to do something else. And yet somehow we're doing it all.
We call her Legal. Legal is in charge of saying no to things.
That was one part of filming that I found very fun, and it was good to have a person on set that was like, maybe not, or are you sure you're comfortable with this? Is this okay? But it was also funny because any time it would be a slightly dangerous stunt, we'd be like, no, we're fine, put us in, we're gonna do it. And Gwen would be like, maybe not, someone getting whacked in the face with a keyboard, I'll put that out there. And Gwen was like, are you sure? And they were like, yeah, I'm fine. I'll throw myself on the ground. I'll get hit with a keyboard. So it's
Which, seriously, everyone involved in this project has been an incredibly great person to work with, and has, the thing that I appreciate the most is they're very open and honest about when they are uncomfortable, and so it makes my job really easy of just, I only have to do one check. even though I do 200 of them. But I do one check, and then I'm sure that everyone is on the same page and everything's cool moving forward. But like, I literally do it with everyone. I just did it a couple of days ago with someone, and it was just like, safety check. Everyone feeling okay? Everything good? All right, now we can move forward. And it's just constantly my job on set.
Where were you in the early days? That's
Well put.
I'm sorry. I'd go back in time and save younger you if I could.
Yeah, we're all like broken and bruised, and I wake up every day with pain because of all the things we did as youngsters. Ash, it's your turn. Anything surprise you in the script?
I think there was definitely one scene that we did that I was not expecting to film. It may or may not have involved a test dummy.
Ah.
I believe his name was Bill.
Bill?
Yes,
Quite
Bill.
I was gonna say, a couple of you guys have met Bill, right?
Yeah.
Bill's
Yeah,
great.
I'm just like, yeah. Just said
I
hi.
think everybody but Benby has probably worked with Bill at this point, because Bill is he's our stunt double. For the things that I do absolutely put my foot down and say, no, we are not dragging a human being up a wall, Bill does it for us.
Okie dokie. David, anything in the script surprise you?
I think I know exactly what Casey's talking about. Because I was asking you both, how in the world are you going to do this? And
So you
I got
both
some
saw-
explanation for it, and then I got a different explanation for it, and then I got a third explanation for it. I'm like, okay, somehow it's all going to consolidate and come together, but one of those things is going to work.
There are 3 members of Random Encounters, so if there's not 3 explanations for everything, I don't know what's
They're
going
not doing their job.
Yeah, exactly. But it was also in that same beat. It was also now I cannot say that I am any remote connoisseur of the deep FNAF lore, and obviously Random Encounters has a different kind of FNAF lore because you were working with before like everything had come out and everything. I don't still not up on everything, but there were at least I had enough wherewithal to see a couple of reveals in your lore that I think tied up a couple of loose ends really nicely between the prequel, that series that we're filming now, and the original FNAF musicals. And I actually quite liked seeing those in the script because I'm a stickler for continuity. So
I have to go like piggybacking off your lore comment.
Mhm.
I had to contact Benby one day. I think before shooting Charlie's and be like, Benby, what's the difference between Springtrap and Spring Bonnie? When is?
I was like, do you have a quick second to FaceTime? I don't know if I can text all of this. And he was like, I will not be explained the FNAF. I will not be lore dumped on about FNAF in the middle of an Applebee's. And I was like, okay, valid. I'll send you a voice message.
It would have been hilarious just to turn on FaceTime and sit in Applebee's while you explain like.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm like, okay, so this guy William Afton and Henry Emily. I just start from the beginning.
It would be really fun for everybody around us. No, I'm sorry. It'd be fun for us, not for anybody around us.
I think fun for the people around us. You never know at an Applebee's.
Nobody wants to go to Applebee's and have the FNAF dump.
I'm a nosy person. I want to know.
The Applebee's again with us sometime. But we're there. We should call Benby while we were there.
All right. Well, you just read your pages, Anna. Was there anything surprising in there?
Clearly, we kind of already spoiled the surprise that my character is coming back. I'm like, okay, I can see this happening. Like that, yep, makes sense. Oh, I think the one thing that surprised me a little bit is the fact that how much can I spoil a little bit?
How much do you want to spoil? And also, are you lying?
Good point. I'm surprised that know Danny's name. How does she know? That's my little how does she know that? Because it was never discussed prior. She didn't talk. So
Okay.
I know that.
Interesting. Little details.
Excellent question.
Gwen, we haven't asked you.
Little
Me? The thing that surprised me most about the script is how long it is and that we're filming all of it.
That's fair.
So AJ told me as he was writing this that it was getting longer and longer, and obviously there's been some numbers thrown around. Casey said he's seen 30 pages, 14 pages, 7 pages.
Okay, Anna's in 3. That's reasonable.
They're all, most of them claiming that they don't overlap, so we could do some quick math. There's a lot. But when he finally came down and like slapped the entire script on the table and was like, there it is, that's it, finished. And I was like, cool, we're gonna cut out a third of it. And we did not. So actually, no, I should rewrite history a little bit. My biggest surprise is every time I cut out a joke to try and save time, and then it ends up back in the filming script. That's my biggest surprise.
There's an explanation, though.
Is it
Well,
as long as Disgaea? Because Disgaea had 6 individual songs.
It is longer than Disgaea.
It's longer.
But it doesn't have 6 individual songs?
It doesn't have 6 individual songs, but I think the songs that it does have, it does in completion, whereas Disgaea did 6 songs, but only like a verse from each.
Yeah.
So you can, if we put the whole song into Disgaea, that might be close-ish.
So are we allowed to know the final number of pages that the script is?
Well, I'm enjoying the fact that it seems like none of us are quite sure what the final number is. Including us, because if I'm being 1000% honest, we don't have a truly 100% complete script still. But we have been filming, what would you say, 80% of it? 80% maybe?
Yeah. I mean, the things that are technically missing are things I don't think are going to affect the runtime, if that makes sense.
I believe that's correct.
So we know the scope of everything that's going on, and we know what fits where. There's just a couple of things that have not technically been written yet, so they cannot be recorded and filmed.
I would say the final script still has another 5, maybe 3 pages.
Maybe, yeah.
That are supposed to be added to it that we just haven't done the technicality of finishing.
They'll get finished eventually.
Or they won't. Who knows? I was wondering if we like release the actual script at the end of this when the video comes out. Like, here you go. Check us. See if we missed any scenes.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta make sure it's all there.
Yeah. No, it's the thing that happened was when AJ like slapped down the script and I was like, oh, we're gonna cut out 30% of it. We spent probably 3-4 days, all AJ, Nate, and I sitting in the living room reading over it, trying to find things to cut. And the truth was, we could cut jokes. That was pretty much it. If we tried to cut more than that, we were going to lose whole storylines. And if we lost whole storylines, we would lose whole characters. And that was just something we were completely unwilling to do. Like, obviously you can tell from who we have on the stream right now, we have a phenomenal time working with these guys, but also we have a phenomenal time showing it to the fans with all of these characters that they did or didn't expect to see come back or you know, any of those things. And we couldn't do it. We didn't have the heart. It would have been an entirely different project, and we wanted to film this one.
So we problem solved other solutions, and that's why the jokes started coming back in. I'm gonna leave that vague, but I swear, I actually did cut the jokes out for a draft.
You did.
And then I kind of snuck them back in as we changed how we were going to present this. Like the format changed.
I feel like the thing I want to drop is not the number of pages, but usually when Random Encounters films a musical, we film over, I'd say 1 to 3 days, depending on how many locations are used, how many characters are needed, that kind of thing. 3 days is really a super long shoot for us. We have already been on set, I believe, if I've been counting correctly, we're at 19 days. We still have at least another week and change to go. So.
And we gotta get Casey back out here to record the rest. I was like, record his awful. Record the rest.
I think I've got another 4-hour session we still have to do. So tack that on however many days plus 4 hours of me.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. And again, we've already established we actually haven't gotten Anna in at all. And then Ash, I believe you and I discussed that we were going to bring you back in to do your recording because you were open to doing all the recording, and I wasn't ready.
I feel like I just need to shout out Ash like really hard because Ash is absolutely incredible and loves the Random Encounters way of doing it all in one day. Literally, Monster in Your Head. She showed up, she filmed all day, she recorded the song that night, and she was phenomenal at both. I don't know how she keeps her energy up, but she's just awesome.
I was gonna say, recording the song after a full day of shooting, that's impressive.
Well, for me, it makes sense. Like, because you just did the whole scene, you already have, like, the voices and the way you want to say it. Might as well, like, you're already on this high, might as well just record it real quick.
Mm-hmm. No, I absolutely agree. It was a wild day. No, it was like, I think I probably got over there at like, what, maybe 12 last year? And then I went home around like 2?
Yeah.
So it was like 12 to 2. Crazy day. I loved every second of it though. Like it was so much fun. I don't know. I guess I work better when I'm happy. I feel like time flies. That's what I'm looking for.
I like that. Time flies when you're not having fun though sometimes too. I was just gonna okay, so we're on like a set. It's an actual we left everything as it was when we were last filming on it. And I just really quick wanted to show you the job application form. I don't know if you can see that or not. We left a job application form with all these scribbles all over it. From whoever was last here.
I've just been staring at it being like, are there words?
Yeah, I was noticing it's got spaces for addresses and education and relevant skills, but they're all just check marks and scribbles because the actor using it was just marking it but didn't want to actually put brain power while they're doing their lines and stuff. So it's a mess over there. But it was right there and I thought it was funny. What was the chat? How was the chat doing?
Oh yeah, I was
How are you
gonna
doing,
say, I
chat?
can read off a few questions if you want.
Yeah, go for
If they've got them, and if they don't, that's fine. I don't want to pressure them.
One was, will there be a teaser soon? Because at the end of the Minecraft video, AJ said there might be a teaser for Dark Remains soon.
If not in December, definitely by the end of January, and including a time frame for when to see Dark Remains.
Finished. Yeah. So I think that was we wanted out by the holidays.
We basically are down to, we have 2 dates that we would love to premiere it on. And it will entirely be up to how long post-production takes as to which of those dates it will premiere on. So we know when it's going to be.
Right.
We're just not comfortable nailing it down quite yet until we get a little bit further.
We have a few more things to shoot.
We do have a few more things to shoot.
So we're going to be filming into January still with people. And obviously, as we were talking about getting people in to record, David's got to come in and record because he's Foxy and phone guy. Anna's got to come in and film. So we definitely have stuff that needs to be done. And yet, 80-ish% has been filmed already.
Yes.
One person said, have you ever thought of making a Golden Freddy puppet? And correct me if I'm wrong, was that the Super Freddy that was supposed to be
That's right.
a little Easter egg?
Super Freddy was our Golden Freddy. It's this little yellow cape or golden cape. I guess it was a purple cape. He had a little yellow costume on.
Yeah, something like that.
Little mask, yeah. I don't think we're going to get more into Golden Freddy lore than that.
No, and in fact, we haven't, I don't think we've made any new puppets since filming Ground Zero.
Right. Orville and Pig Patch were the last 2.
New ones, yeah.
And then we killed them like brutal murderers in Web of Flies.
We've been working with those original puppets for so long, I don't think I'd have the heart to make new ones and film with different characters. I love our little core group.
But there was a draft where Mr. Hippo actually was part of it very, very briefly and had lines, and then we scratched it. We tried first reassigning the dialogue to a different character, and then we're just just cut it. This is pointless. Everything Mr. Hippo says, this is pointless.
Someone said, what is your favorite random prop that you could mention?
Let's open it up to everybody. For all that can include the puppets, if you've held one of the puppets before. That can include set pieces that you've gotten to interact with. And if you don't have a favorite, maybe a least favorite, one that gave you a real headache. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. And I guess maybe I'll start to give you guys more time. The puppet has become my least favorite thing that we work with. I absolutely can't stand anytime we have a scene with the puppet. And we have at least one more, and I'm not looking forward to it. He's just, marionettes are supposed to look a certain way. They're supposed to move a certain way. And I'm so grateful that Mikey Ledoux, who made us all the animatronic puppets, he made us one of the puppet as well. And that one operates exactly like you'd expect a marionette. It's on strings and just kind of dangles. But they're so much harder to work with unless you're actually trained to do this.
Okay, but I also just need to say that our puppet, he's hooked up halfway like a marionette. He doesn't have any strings at the ends of his hands, so you kind of just drag him around by his elbows.
Yeah. Okay, so we were originally just going to use him to dangle into shot with Mark, right? There's that scene where to keep the puppet sleeping, and then it comes down and goes and Mark's just and that was it. That's all he had to do. very easy. Puppet was not supposed to have to do anything complicated. And then we brought him into the Night 3 thing where he fights Springtrap, which was the world's dumbest decision because it just made it more difficult. And it set into motion the question, why do the animatronics believe that the puppet can, protect them? Why are they like, send him in to fight Springtrap? So that put a new objective on us with this prequel series of explain why they think the puppet is qualified to fight for them and protect them. So now suddenly that's part of our responsibilities. Tell a story where the puppet is kind of a badass. And now we're like, oh, but he's so bad to work with. He's terrible. Anyway, that's my least favorite, I think, right now in this series is working with the puppet anytime.
All right. Any memorable props for you, Anna?
Oh yeah, for sure. With it was part of the Trash Gang, but he didn't actually make it in the final cut. It was the one with the balloon, and I had to pop his head.
That's right, Mr. Candu.
Not even one. We were so panicked.
Well, no, we had these balloons are huge, and you guys had a buttload. It was like a party, and I'm just afraid of just popping balloons. And I think it made it into the bloopers where it was the scene where I was supposed to draw his head, be like, oh, I didn't like it, pop it, grab another one, and I popped it. I did it, and then I slowly went to grab another one. So that was entertaining for me and most memorable for me for sure. Is those? I don't think I've ever held a balloon that big, and that was quite fun. But I'm sad he didn't make it into the final cut. But I am glad he made it into the bloopers. So.
This is a weird one because you would think it would be Foxy, and it kind of is. Foxy is my favorite. He's one of the more durable puppets of all the group. Wow. I know that you've told some stories about the way that they, they do stuff and the repairs you've had to make on them over time. But oh boy. Dog alert.
You got friends.
Yes, hello. Some other people. I actually have to get going pretty soon, so this might be my last point here.
Yeah, that's okay. Just sign off.
Yeah,
sure.
No, that's fine. But one of my favorite props is from a lore perspective in terms of the lore. There's in the background in some of the earlier musicals, there's a little Chica doll with little angry eyebrows and a little bib. This is Let's Eat, the classic one. That was brought on set by me because it was a gift from my roommate at the time. She had made it without knowing about the musical, and I just said, hey, would it be fun to put this in? So you'll see this little Chica doll sometimes in the background of some of those shots, and it's just stayed there. I was gonna give it back to her, but somehow it just stayed on set, and I believe y'all still have it, that Chica doll that she made.
We do, and we have plans to return it.
Yeah,
because you're right, it was supposed to come back.
Yeah, I'm putting this out there as video evidence that one day that doll will be returned. Because I think it's just a little. I think it's not even a chicken. I think it's like a little duck with this little paper angry eyebrows and a little bib. It's really funny.
Yeah.
So
the bib has been updated though, FYI, just so everybody's aware. The bib was starting to tear off the duck or something at some point, and so I think it's been reinforced with a little bit of white tape, maybe, or string even. So when it returns, it will have an updated tie on the bib, though the bib itself is the exact same art still.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
that's one of my favorite props.
That prop is on the set that we're hopefully wrapping by the end of the month.
Oh.
So I think by 2024. Finally, nature is healing. It will finally go back where it belongs.
I'm sure my former roommate, will appreciate the legacy that her little Chica doll has had. So yeah, and on that note, I must depart. But thank you for having me on the stream.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Absolutely, it was really great to see everybody. Some of y'all I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, and have fun, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye. And happy holidays.
Thank you.
And then there were just us. All right, Ash, it's your turn.
Okay, I think I only just got to work with him as we were filming last time, but honestly, I do think it's gonna be mildly controversial, but my favorite prop was probably Balloon Boy.
Balloon Boy.
It was silly. And also I saw him sitting on the kitchen counter, and I was genuinely surprised by his presence because
I remember a behind the scenes video from a very long time ago of you guys like scraping him on the driveway. And I was like, how is he here? But there are didn't know. Like me. I thought he was long gone.
I thought he was dead.
He's making a comeback, and he was probably my favorite, just to hear his happy tunes in the background.
So, for anybody who doesn't know, our Balloon Boy is actually, I think it's called like a tipster robot or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is a kid's toy, and the remote for it has two buttons. One is go, and one is turn in one direction. It can only go one direction, so if you want to take like a left, you have to turn right until he's facing the way you want to go. And he also sings kind of on his own, so he'll just sit there, kind of like a parrot. And he'll sit in the corner, and he'll just be like, and then he'll yell stuff like, come on, let's go! Or like, wow! And you're like, shut up, I'm doing a scene here.
Very on brand.
Yeah, right?
He keeps saying like, take me for a spin, like right as we like finish like doing random things with him, and I'm like, what do you think we were just doing? We already took you for a spin.
Yeah. I have been evangelizing how terrible Balloon Boy is to work with as well. And no one believes me. Like, they play with him, like, he's kind of fun, actually. I don't know what the problem is. I'm like, but look, try to get him to stop it. Try to get him to go do this thing. And they're like, well, no, he's not good at that. But he's still fun. Well, I guess he's fun, and he's just not good.
Guy.
Yeah. It's a good answer, though. I accept that. All right, so your favorite prop, because you've worked with a few of them now.
Prop. Ooh.
And if I take Foxy out of the mix, does that change your answer?
It does. Because Foxy was just so much fun to work with, just all of them. But oh, that's a good question.
I mean, if nothing compares to Foxy, I understand.
Nothing compares to Foxy, but I think Bonnie's pretty close. But besides the puppets, I guess, I didn't really, use it much. But the sort of rig that we had going on was very fun. There was especially there was a part where I was on a rolly chair that had no back to it, balancing very precariously on my knees while it was pushed, and I was trying to control like two puppets, and it was like doing it. That was fun. I think that was probably because we had to keep doing it, and you guys were like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And I was like, "Put me in, like I'm going for it." So I think that's like, besides the puppets, that's probably the answer.
I do feel like that's been one of the unique challenges and exciting moments of working on Dark Remains, is that previously we've kind of not forced the puppets into too close a proximity, but just the scenes that we've had to film recently really do require that a person handle at least two puppets at a time, if not more. And just the gymnastics I've seen of people being like, all right, it's core day, it's leg day, it's arm day, like whatever, trying to maneuver all the puppets where they're supposed to be. I think it has been absolutely awful and also really, really fun to watch. So
yeah, there was like one specific scene, you kind of brought it up earlier about when they were on the phone. And we were in this tiny, tiny little break room, but there had to be 3 of us in there, plus AJ filming. So it was me with 2 puppets, one person crammed right next to me, and then the last also right there. And by the time we were done filming in that room, we had been sitting on our legs for a while, but then also we were just like in like, this is kind of gross, but like literally puddles of sweat. And we were like, all right, let's do another take. Let's do it again. Like, it's like,
I mean, this was the day there was no air conditioning, and there's no way to do these scenes without like all the puppeteers being like, on top
and then,
of
like,
each other.
The puppets make your hands hot, so it's like it's just everything. Like again, great memory. Like, it was really fun. Like, even though it was like at the time it's like I'm really hot. It didn't make it any like less fun.
I was curious. Do you remember how the puppet's condition was when you were there?
I noticed Bonnie was a little like bobbleheady a little bit, but that was like the only like issue that I saw with them.
Yeah.
They seem
Bonnie's ears have been a real plague in the last couple weeks.
Oh no.
This poor guy, this little bunny, his ears are just not working so well these days. So that's been. I was like curious how far back that problem began. I think it was on the airport or the airplane ride across.
Yeah.
I think Bonnie's ears took a beating. So
Bonnie just has this problem where he has the longest ears, so they have the most wiggle already, but he's also like the most lively of them. So he's really going all out, headbanging all over the place.
Yeah.
And his poor ears did come loose. They've been surgically aided.
Ben, what was your favorite prop?
Oh my goodness.
Or least favorite? That's acceptable too.
I really just want to get like Glitch Trap's mask. It's stupid bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure Ash is like, Vandy's mask was awful too, but we were talking about when we were on set filming, because I was like, oh, does Vandy's mask do this thing? Glitch Trap's mask, when you're wearing it, in order to get your eyes in the right spot, there's this big ball of padding right over your nose and mouth. And it's just smashed against your face, and you're like, I'd like to breathe, but I'd also like to get this shot and be able to see, so best of luck. And then I love, in between shots, I'll either pull the mask up just enough that I can breathe through the mouth, or I'll pull it down just enough to breathe through the eyes. And everyone's always like, are you crying? Because of the way I hold the mask to do that.
The chap's like,
oh.
This is the worst day of my life. Everyone hates me.
Oh my goodness, that mask. I'll be happy to retire Glitch Trap.
Alright, now that you've all been on set at least once, I feel like this is like a personal thing I just need to know, so quick answers are enough. After I say one more time, how many more takes do we actually do? 3, 2, 4, 3?
Like 3.
I was gonna actually bring this up earlier about like Gwen asking like one time if we're comfortable with this, and then asking a bunch of times. I was gonna compare that to your one more time.
One more time. I have a reputation at this point, might as well own it. So.
One day I want to put together just a compilation of every time AJ goes one more time, except it's usually not on camera. He usually turns the camera off and then goes, okay, so one more time. And just
one more.
You gotta have your
evidence
behind-the-scenes phone.
We need a camera set up just like all the time. Yeah. A camera dedicated to capturing that moment.
Yeah.
No, one of these days I'm going to. I could literally just do it on one musical, and I swear I would have like an hour of it. Depending on the musical.
Well, that's not going to be really interesting to watch.
You say that. I'm going to upload 1 hour of AJ saying
one more time. Just one more, guys. Yeah. One more hour of this. I suppose we should wrap it up. If I want to stalk any of these fine performers and see more of their fine work.
My handle is Anna with the horse, and even though it looks like I haven't posted in like over a year, I'm on it all the time. So if people want to like message me and my sister, we go like send each other like reels all the time. So if you find like a really interesting reel and stuff, you want to send it to me or just chat or whatever, I am always on Instagram. Maybe I'll start posting more soon, but I'm kind of in that like, oh, is this a good enough post? Oh, I won't post it. And I just need to say, screw it, I'm going to post it. So maybe if people start encouraging me more to post, maybe I'll post more. So,
right.
You know, if we get you on set and film your scenes, maybe you and I take a picture and that goes on your Instagram.
This is my new life advice.
Oh, I have so many pictures of you and me, like, and I haven't posted them. It's terrible.
How's that?
It's because I'm in them. I'm so ugly. Like, I can't post that.
AJ!
Don't say that. This host, no.
You can only find me on Random Encounters, so it's very exclusive. I'm exclusive.
Which is a fine place to stalk Casey. Casey has been a wonderful addition to Random Encounters. His voice is always fabulous. He just was in our Castlevania music.
I was going to let Casey decide.
No, I'm going to demand everyone
wants to watch Castlevania specifically.
He makes a fabulous
Please
Dracula,
watch.
and you need to go watch it.
Casey, do you have any other one that you like and you would recommend to people that haven't really followed Random Encounters enough to know which musicals would be fun to check out?
Far back as you can.
Oh gosh, I have to think really far back.
Hey, I just want to point out that there are two of you that were part of the Pikmin musical at some point.
I was gonna say, I kind of like the Pikmin one where we switched voices and roles. So
Yeah.
maybe check that one out. That one's fun.
Casey was the original Blue Pikmin, which Katie took over the role of, and then Anna took over Yellow Pikmin from Peter.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, go watch Pikmin the Musical and Castlevania the Musical. That one's really good. That one actually just came out a couple years ago for Halloween.
Oh, someone in the chat said Pac-Man. Someone in the chat said Pac-Man musical. That's
Pac-Man the musical.
That's a good one.
Solid.
Is that one of your first ones that you did with us too?
Yeah, and I don't know if I should tell this story, but we kind of thought it was going to be a throwaway project, but then it ended up being like a huge hit. Which, again, like the algorithm, you just never know.
You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I always forget YouTube. That's like one of my bigger ones. YouTube, I post all sorts of cosplay and vlog content. Instagram, TikTok are kind of the same kind of content. It's all cosplay stuff. Not a lot of Annie because I don't take her out very much, but you will see a lot of other cool things.
Can you tell us some of your favorites over there?
Oh my gosh. You'll see a lot of Resident Evil. I do a lot of Resident Evil. That's one of my favorite series. I've recently been doing a lot of Jill Valentine. She's one of my favorite characters, like, from fictional media. I think she's so cool. But yeah, those are some of my favorites.
You've also been doing a lot of like your scare actor makeup. The recent with the pink, it's super cute.
Thank you. Yeah, I have posted quite a bit because I have a bunch of photos like saved up from. We had this like awesome photographer on site with us at my haunt, and I have a ton of cool photos that I will be posting from my haunt sometime soon.
Benby, how do we find you?
TikTok, Instagram, it's Benby. YouTube, just Benby. Here, just Benby. Really, anywhere I could get the handle Benby, I got it. So anywhere, everywhere else is it's Benby.
Thank you so much for having us, Benby. This has been
absolutely
fun.
Thank you for joining.
Spill a couple beans.
Yeah, that may or may not be true.
May or may not. I don't know.
But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. And thank you again for your donation. That was so sweet of you. I really appreciate it.
No, not a problem. I will say, we've asked Benby if we had like a scene to come film on the sets when they're done for their film, could FNAF the Musical use them for a couple shots?
And the answer is absolutely.
Said, we could work something out. So, I'm looking forward to working with all of these fine actors again, and David too. He's not here, but David as well. And working with Benby again too. So, I guess this is a good sign-off point, but thanks again for having us all.
Thanks
and
for
everybody watching,
on.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you guys too.
You too.
Alright,
Thanks,
I'll go beard
guys.
salute out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, here we go. Beard salute.
No! Again! But why are we not getting a flipping release date? The heck, man? Oh yeah, because that makes total sense. Never mind. Yes. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I thought I hadn't done it for random encounters. Yeah, do this. And then go down to there and make sure it says this, subscribed. And you hit this bell and hit all. Or if you don't like me, you can hit none. Or you could unsubscribe. Bye bye.